of the 7th, 92. Your guest crew today, Director Scott Parker, commentators Barry Walker and David Cook. On the camera, we have Simon Fuller and Brett Revere. The umpires for this afternoon are Darren Mutzart and Robert Beattie in the centre. On the boundary, Scott Edgar and Dale Foster. In the goals, Lloyd Fisk and John Hilda. The game here this afternoon between Corio, a Division 1 side, playing Leigh Districts in Division 2. Corio with an 8-3 ratio for the season. Leigh Districts on top of the Division 2 ladder with a 9-2 ratio. Have in the last couple of weeks bowled over a couple of Division 1 sides in North Geelong, who we did 2 weeks ago, and last week very successful against the Werribee Central's side. This afternoon, co-commentator David Cook. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Barry. Thanks for getting the name right that time. It was great.
That's
been pretty wet through the week. This ground is in quite good nick considering the amount of rain we've had, certainly down Anglesea. It hasn't hardly stopped down there. A bit muddy in the centre, and both centre half forwards are a bit wet, but around the flanks it's pretty dry, and I think that's the way the game might flow today. As you say, pretty interesting game with Leigh Districts able to roll a couple of sides in the Division 1-4, and Corio are in the 4. They're in third position at the moment on percentage. And just picture the umpires there in the centre now. And Chris Dyer for Leigh Districts today, playing his 200th game. I'm sure all the Leigh District boys have already wished him all the best. And from up here in the commentary box, good luck to you, Chris, on your 200th game. A great milestone for the Leigh Districts club.
There he is on screen now, David, number 6.
Been a real stalwart of the club, I understand, and 200 games is a great effort in anyone's language, Barry.
Yes, it is. That means you've been about for a few years. Barring injury sort of thing, well, you've got to play 10 years or 12 years to get that amount of games, especially with if he's been at Leigh Districts for long. They haven't been up in the finals, and finals sort of count. We'll take a short break and be back very quickly for the start of this game. It's the ball to turf. Up they go. Stewart gets first touch of the leather. Scramble of players in the centre of the ground. It comes out, picked up here for Corio by Mutzert. But he can't go anywhere, and the free kick has been picked out and will go to Leigh Districts. The big fella in the centre for Leigh Districts and Mick Filet. No, it's not. Number 12 took the kick in Eves. Eves kicked down to centre half forward. Up they go. Stewart couldn't get the second touch to it. Handball out for Leigh Districts. For Parney on the bottom of the pack for Corio. Taps the ball out. They're going in very solidly over there on the half forward flank at the moment. The umpire's picked out a free kick. Play on as for Parney. Picks the ball up. Kicks down towards centre half forward. Over the heads of the players it goes. In there strongly for is Burgess for Leigh Districts. The umpire's picked out another free kick, and this one is going to Leigh Districts to be taken for them by Hassett.
And Hassett from half back kicks the ball just over the attacking side of the centre, and he's fine. Mick Filet coming out, taking the mark in front of his opponent. Wants to play on with a hand pass, and he does. He gives it across to Eves, and Eves kicks the ball long into the forward line. It bounces past all players. Coming out after the ball here down there in defence is Warren Thompson. He gets the short kick into it towards the fence. Got a teammate out there, Mick O'Toole. Mick O gives it across to McNamara. McNamara goes on the left foot out towards half back, and a good mark taken out here in front too. Good play. Looks like Mark Brown it is. Takes the mark and kicks with the left foot towards centre wing. Going in after it, a chance for Jolly. Jolly of Leigh District fumbles the ball long in front of him. Gets a push in the back, and Jolly, the grand back pocket player for Leigh Districts, will take the free kick.
Right, rain starting to fall here at the Shell Oval this afternoon as Jolly's kick goes into the centre. It's driven out here towards Hassett. Oh, he was gone before he got his hands on the ball. Allows Corio to come in strongly here through Boyle. And the umpire's picked out a free kick, and the free kick to be taken for Corio by Boyle on the centre wing. A little short kick round here to half forward, and Fapani takes a mark between centre wing and half forward flank.
Frank Papiani just steadying now as the rain teeming down. Puts it on the boot. Slews towards the boundary line. Going in after it here. Chance for the player to grab it in Benson. No, it wasn't. It was Mozart. Got it across nicely here to, looks like Jason Stewart's had a shot in towards the goal mouth, and Boothroyd's gone back and got it, I think, right on the point post. Outpositioned his opponent there in Ferguson, and Boothroyd has taken the mark on an acute angle. Left forward pocket. Played about 4.5 minutes of the first quarter. Rain teeming down here at the Corio Oval. Big Rod Boothroyd. Could be a good matchup today. We've seen Ian Ferguson play very well for Leigh Districts in the past, and of course Boothroyd kicked 10 goals last week.
Yes, he's on 63 for the season, lining out for number 64 here this afternoon. Taking plenty of time from the far side, concentrating, the drop punt. comes in now. Kicks right into the ball too, but I think it's gone across the face.
It's a shocker.
Out of bounce on the full, and a relieving kick to be taken there for Leigh Districts in the back pocket.
Kick comes out of the back pocket, a high wobbly punt kick. Up they go. Oh, good mark taken here by Craig Eves of Leigh Districts. Wants to centre the ball. He's got a lead, and it's a good one and a good pass and a nice mark taken.
Ogle.
Like Mick Filot, is it?
Ogle.
Ogle it was. On the left foot. Kick short. Picked up by Frank Foppiani. Fires it in towards Boothroyd out on the lead. Way out in front, and he takes the mark. The angle much less acute this time. A bit further out, but he should score from this kick, Barry.
Yes, he should. He led one way. His opponent went with him, and then he doubled back, and it was a good pass from Fopani, and it hit him right on the chest, and now he's lining up from about 20 metres out on an acute angle.
Where's your fix, Mike, Scott?
Poor kick from Scott Ogle there to allow Frank Foppiani in with that one there, but now Boothroyd the chance. That's a better looking kick. Goal umpire leans back, and there's the first goal of the day on the Aussie tape scoreboard, kicked by the full forward from Corio, Rod Boothroyd. So 1 goal and 1 out of bounds for Rod at this stage of the game. We've played about 5.5 minutes into the first quarter.
Yes, on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock. Rocky out there at Corio Village. Call in and see him for all your locksmithing needs. 24 hours locksmiths. Rockies, Corio Village. And the Aussie Tapes first quarter scoreboard shows Corio 1 goal straight. Leigh Districts yet to score. The
rain easing a bit now, Barry. That was a pretty heavy shower there. We had a bit of a touch of H2O coming down on us in the commentary box.
Yes, we did. Corio kicking with the breeze. I think it's dropped a little bit here at the moment. I thought it was a good 4 or 5 goal breeze here earlier on, but it's dropped. It's favouring the town enders. The bounce of the ball in the centre. Up they go. Stewart gets a tap down, allows Hutchison to run onto it. Handballs out quickly to a teammate going through there in the agency of Motstert. He's kicked to half forward. It's intercepted here for Leigh Districts. A handball over to Eves. Puts him under pressure. Oh, good play. Motstert again comes through strongly. Bottles the ball up here on centre wing, and umpire Motstert will come in and ball it up.
Chris Dyer there for Leigh Districts, getting in and laying the tackle on Mick Motstert, not letting him get away. Getting into the game early as Chris playing his 200th game. Bounce down, right centre wing position. Up goes Big Stewart, knocks a beautiful knockdown of Frank Foppiani on the boot quickly. Chance here for Jason Stewart, who gathers, swings onto the right foot. A beautiful centering kick to centre half forward.
Good
a mark taken here by Mick O'Toole, who's drifted down and taken a nice mark. He's no more than 30 metres out from goal. He's almost directly in front. And Mick O'Toole should score from that very good play. Good ruck work from Stewart. Foppiani's kick was nice, and over it went, and the nice mark taken. He's going to have a shot, Mick O'Toole.
Right, O'Toole now comes in. A good kick off the boot, a beautiful kick off the boot.
Kick.
Straight through the centre it goes. The umpire didn't have to move. The goal umpire, he's put 2 fingers up, and another goal on the board to the Corio Football Club side here this afternoon. And I think if remember a couple of weeks ago, Leigh Districts were very sluggish starters against North Geelong too, David.
They were. They trailed nearly all day that day. Certainly trailed each quarter, and then in the last quarter they really raised a big gallop and got up and won that game. And as we see the Aussie tape scoreboard, Corio 2 goals straight. That's 12 points on the board. Leigh Districts are yet to score, but I think they are kicking to the scoring end, Corio, so we'll wait and see if Leigh Districts can answer that goal.
Right, umpire Beattie with the ball in the centre. Down to turf it goes. A good bounce too. Up they go. Filer gets a tap down. Coming across over for Corio is Motstert. He kicks into an opponent. A scramble for the ball there. The umpire moving and will ball it up.
A little bit heavy in that centre patch, Barry.
Yes, it is. Players are slipping. He's going to throw this one up. Indicated he'd throw the ball up. Umpire Motstert throws the ball up. Up they go. Big Stewart, a good tap out, finds Hutchison. Hutchison now goes down. Eves comes across a long handball out the far side where Roweth runs onto the ball. Picks it up now. Centre wing gets a short kick down where he's got a teammate there, and Donaldson on half forward. Oh, he was hotly bumped there by Corio. The ball spills free. Umpire's picked out a free kick. Now it's gone over the line, and we'll have a throw in.
Boundary throw in, far side of the ground. Leigh Districts slightly in attack. 8 minutes gone first quarter. In it goes. Big Robinson goes up and wins the hit down, gives it a Roweth. Roweth gives it across to the run of what might have been Cations. Kicks on the left foot towards half forward. Coming out of the defence chance here for might have been the big fellow in Malia. Couldn't get hold of the ball. Propiani's wound up with it though at half back, and Propiani spears the pass towards the centre wing. Wasn't a good kick at all. Player thrown off the ball, should get a free kick and will. Leigh Districts, and it's Roweth.
Right, Rowers from centre wing to take this free kick and put Leigh into attack. They're falling down across half forward again, the Leigh district side here. Handball's onto a teammate running by. The ball floats down to half forward. Big Stewart couldn't take it. Picked up there by McDowell. His handball puts a player under pressure there in Mallia. It comes out now where Hutchison gets a kick out here towards centre wing. They set themselves. Up they go. Tap down. Jolly couldn't take advantage of it. Ball comes out now. It's picked up for Leigh districts there by Chris Burgess. He's caught. Score pushing the back. Correa. Play on the umpire calls.
He's let
as,
it go.
As it comes out to Mott. He kicks down to the forward line. Oh, two Leigh districts players in Truan and Rowers collide. Picked up and kicked forward by O'Toole, but the umpire's picked out a free kick, and it's going to come back for Corio. No, it's not. It's going Leigh district's way in Truan. Truan short kick into the centre finds Eves.
Eves in the centre of the ground, just away from the muddy patch. He's gone the short pass, player out on a lead, slides into this and takes a nice mark too, and it's Ogle, Scotty Ogle, the left footer. Didn't gain a lot of ground, but kept possession of the footy. That's a better kick from Ogle. Up to the top side of the ground. Up goes Big Stewart of Corio and takes the mark in defence. Plays on immediately. And out of defence they come with a kick towards the centre wing. The target is Jason Stewart. He's beaten for it on this occasion. Oh, player trying to flip it back there for Leigh Districts. Actually flipped it over the boundary line as he was trying to do that bit of work there. And that was number 46. Chris Burgess.
Boundary umpire brings the ball back into play. Up they go. Stewart from behind gets a tap down. Oh, pushed on there for the Leigh Districts. Allows Cations to come in. Handballs along to Rowers in the centre. Over the top he goes where he's got Donaldson running by. He kicks down towards the forward pocket. A good lead down there. A good kick and a good mark in the forward pocket to the Leigh District side. And the mark has been taken for them down there by...
Might be Peter Kennedy, is it? Just can't pick up the notes. 27 it is.
Well...
must be... Well, if it's the 27, it's one we haven't got.
Yes, they've let us down. It could be Kennedy, I would say, by the build. The kick for goal, any rate, across the face of the goals it goes and through for one behind. We'll put that down to Kennedy, but we'll check it at half time.
Waiting on the full-back to bring the ball back into play for Corio. He's going to favour the outer side of the ground. Kicks towards the leader, Big Stewart, who goes up. He's dominating early. Takes the mark and plays on to Stewart. Fires it on the left foot over the centre of the ground. They're into attack and up in front. A good mark taken for Corio. He's played on immediately to Foppiano. Foppiani now runs around. That mark was taken by Benson, the big fella. Foppiani kicks down into Boothroyd's lead out at half forward. Takes the mark. He's right on 50. He wants to play on. He does. He spears a kick. Unmarked. The player in Jason Stewart has taken the mark 25 metres out from goal, directly in front. He'll score. It's a matter of what he will kick. Well, very loose checking there by Chris Burgess, let him get right away.
And that was good play there by Boothroyd because Burgess ran down to the square thinking Boothroyd was going to have a shot. Anyway, Stewart comes in and I think he's... No?
I think it's a goal. It is.
How could the goal umpire see that from where he was standing?
He didn't move across. Perhaps the angle was bad for us, Barry. The goal umpire's right there on the scene. We're some 120 metres away. I'll back the goal umpire.
I'll back him too, but...
And a goal to Jason Stewart. That's the third goal on the Aussie Tape scoreboard to Corio. They've gone to 3 goals straight, 18 points. Leigh Districts, that should be just one behind, 1 point. Not a goal there, but Aussie Tape's 5-2-8, 3-2-2-1. Used exclusively by Guest Video.
Yes, you know, it seemed to go pretty close to the left-hand goalpost, and the goal umpire was standing in the middle.
No doubt about the shot for goal, Barry. Beautiful.
Anyway, back in the centre again. Umpire Mutzer, not a very good bounce. Hutchison gets it down. Yeah, he's back onto it now. Gets a quick kick out of the centre. Truan now gets his hands to it, but it comes down here where it's picked up by Hutchison again. His kick out wide, down where it's kicked by Mark Brown down to the forward line. A good mark taken down there by Boyle.
Gee, it's all Corio at the moment. They're running the ball well, aren't they? The runners are getting to the ball. Rowath's the only one that's got in it much at all for Leigh Districts on the running brigade. And
they're getting the first use of the ball from Big Stewart in the centre.
He's dominating the centre and taking marks around the ground.
Right now, waiting for Philip Boyle to come in and have the shot for Corio. A good high drop punt, and I tell you what, it's going to go close. Might have drifted across fractionally, and 1 point is the result.
First point on the board there for Corio side, kicked by Philip Boyle. We played about 13.5 minutes of the first quarter. Brought to you by Aussie Tapes and Guest Video. And waiting on Ian Ferguson, the Leigh District's tough full-back, to kick out a beautiful kick well out over half-back. Went over the top of Stewart, who put the hands up but couldn't mark. Foppiani winds up with it. He gets ridden into the ground. Players dive in on top of it. Chance there for Filet going in. Rowers got it, but the umpire's called the whistle on play, and he will ball it up just the attacking side of centre. for Corio.
I can't work out Leigh District's tactics at the moment. Every time they get a mark or a free kick, they're kicking to where Big Stewart is. They've got to try and avoid him. Up the ball goes. Stewart's up. He gets a tap down. Filer picks it up. Kick down towards centre half forward. A bit of jostling down there. Oh, and a good mark not paid to Leigh Districts there. Robertson, it's picked up by Fapano. Into the centre he goes, finds Hutchison. Hutchison looking for someone going past. Oh, very casual. Plays on now. Dropped it at his feet. Being held after he got rid of it. Now he handballs it out. A quick kick down there by McDowell down to half forward. But a free kick has been paid and it will go to Craig Benson.
Big Benson. Been in the play a bit in the first few minutes of this quarter. Fair way out from goal. The man on the mark standing just inside 50. But Benson, probably with the aid of some breeze, kicks the ball deep into attack. Players up, no one can mark. Over the back is a chance for Ferguson to run it through for one behind. A rush behind on the board that time to the Corio side.
Right, now we'll see what Ferguson does this time. We've got Stewart out here on this half-forward flank. Yes, he's gone the other way with a little short pass into the pockets. Found a teammate there. Plays on quickly. Kicks down towards centre wing over there, and he's picked out Donaldson. Steve Donaldson on centre wing. Donaldson to put Leigh Districts into attack. Over the top he goes with handball. Not a very good one, but Hassett runs onto a good play. Picks it up. A long kick down towards half-forward, but no one home except...
Big Stewart takes the mark. I'll take the call. As he takes the mark at centre half back, it's about his fourth or fifth for the quarter. They've got to kick it away from him. You make a good coach, Barry Walker. He fires it out wide to Frank Foppiani. He's had plenty of the ball, giving Cations a bath at the moment. Handball across to Jason Stewart. Spears the pass in him. Rodney Boothroyd out on the lead, takes a nice mark.
Into the pocket he should go to.
He goes back to Stewart. And he's playing well, this boy Jason Stewart, into the side today. Number 59 on the back. It's a bit of a job to carry that round all day, but he's going to have another shot for goal. He's been a live wire at half forward, Barry.
Yes, he has, and very good play there, and very unselfish play by Boothroyd to chip it back to him, and he made position, and Boothroyd acknowledged it. Stewart's kick, a high kick towards the goals, but the wind doesn't bring it back far enough.
Goal umpire right on the job that time, Barry, wasn't he?
Yes,
right
he
there.
was. Yes, he moved across that time, and the breeze didn't bring it back far enough, and 1 point on the board to Corio.
It's 3-3-21 on the Aussie Tape scoreboard to Corio, just one behind the Leigh Districts. And Corio have jumped them here in the opening minutes of this quarter. Waiting on Ian Ferguson to receive the ball back from a very interested spectator. Looks as though he'd just prefer to go home, actually, but he's given the ball back now. And Ferguson. His duel will be interesting with Boothroyd, but they're delivering it very well to Boothroyd at the moment. Ferguson kicks out well out over half-back. Everyone was up too early. In they go after it. Chance for players to dive in on top of it. Robinson's in there. Flipped out the back. Here's a chance to come away with it. And the hand pass was a good one there from Hassett to his teammate who kicked the ball right around to the centre wing position. Going out after it there is Motzett, but he can't gather it in before it beats him and Craig Eves over the line and out of bounds. Far side of the ground.
16.5 minutes into the first quarter here at the Shell Oval this afternoon on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock, waiting for the boundary umpire to bring this ball back into play. Big Stewart in there, and he's rucking against Robertson.
Sotomarco's gone to centre half back. The Leigh Districts.
Eves gets a quick kick from that tap in down to half forward, and a good mark taken, running with the flight of the ball there by Scott Ogle on the 50-metre line. Comes straight across the ground looking for Filer. The kicks weighted too much over his head and allows Corio to come through. Lionel Harvey puts the tackle on. The kick down here towards half forward allows Stewart. Oh, bad bounce. He's back onto it now. Oh, good play, Stewart. Blind turns around, kicks the ball towards centre half forward. In no man's land. It bounces there. Too high for the Corio player in Boyle. But going through strongly now is McDowell. Picks the ball up, has a shot towards goal. Tackled as he kicked it. Offline, 1 point.
Should have done better that time, I thought, Mark McDowell. Had plenty of time to steady. Good play from Boyle to knock it over to him, but just 1 point resulting. Gee, they looked the much better side at this stage of the game, Corio, but the game's never over, of course. So it's a long way from being over at this early stage. As we wait on Ian Ferguson to kick in, getting plenty of kicking in practice just at the moment.
Right, looks as though he's going straight down the centre. Down it goes. They set themselves. He's pushed in the back for mine. Over the back of the pack goes where Fapano picks it up. Spears a kick out here looking for Stewart. He's got 3 players to beat. Coming through strongly, Leigh Districts. They didn't do enough there. There was 3 of them close to the boundary. I thought it had gone over.
Actually, at the time, and the hand pass from Hilda comes across, and they go into attack Leigh Districts. Up towards half forward, Ogle was the target. Over the back, chance here coming out of defence for McNamara. Couldn't pick it up. Player thrown off the ball. He got the hand pass away. Though towards Stewart. Stewart dives in on top, but he can't pick it up. It's paddled forward for Corio. On the bottom of the pack, Big Robinson in there. In goes McNamara, who's come out right out of defence there for Corio. He's held with the ball or without the ball. Umpire said with it, and he'll have a bounce down decision almost in the centre of the ground. Almost 20 minutes gone, first quarter, brought to you by Aussie Tapes.
Oh, bad bounce by umpire Beatty there, but it's picked up in a short kick there off the boot of Hilda. But it's here's Big Stewart again, gets it, thumps it out wide, looking for a teammate over there in Boyle. It's close to the boundary line. Hassett comes in for Leigh Districts. A long handball back to no one. Allows Corio first onto the ball, but Hassett's back in there again. Dyer goes through. Couldn't get it. On the ground, Corio get it out with handball
McKenzie.
out where it's Motzer gets it. He's put under pressure. He loses it. Roworth picks it up for Leigh Districts. Kicks down towards half forward. He's got a lead down there from a teammate in the big fella, Kennedy, but he couldn't take advantage of it. Good play, Corio. Flipped the ball back to half back. Running onto it here. They handball it back into danger area. A push in the back to Corio and a free kick on half-back flank, and it will be taken for them by McNamara.
Gee, you're lucky to get out of that, I think, in the finish there, Corio, but they got the free kick, and Darren McNamara released from left half-back, kicks towards the centre wing, players up, no one able to take him out. There's good defensive work there. In goes Big Robinson.
Very slow.
For Leigh Districts, unable to get it out. Now it's come out wide through handball to Roworth, and Roworth comes around the outer flank, kicks the ball up towards half-forward, and a free kick, is it? Ogle, yes, he's going to take the free kick.
Ogle now, just
outside 50.
Yeah.
Swings onto that left foot of his, chips the ball across. Lovely little chip pass, and the big fella goes back, Ray Robertson, and takes the mark.
If ever they need a goal, it's right now.
He's not that much closer to goal, probably 5 or 10 metres, but he is a lot straighter on the angle. He's directly in front.
20-minute mark.
Yeah, they need one, as you say, Barry. They badly need a straight kick here.
He wasted too much time. He's allowed Stewart to get down there in that goal square, and if it falls short, I'll back him to mark it. Good kick, though, and it's gone straight through. Good
the
kick,
goal.
Robertson.
Big kick from the big fella, Ray Robertson. Playing at centre-half forward at the moment. And he's kicked that goal nicely. Might even go back and have a run in the ruck now. Wouldn't be surprised after that bit of a lifter there for Leigh Districts. Their first goal on the Aussie Tape scoreboard has taken 21.5 minutes of the first quarter.
Right, as you say, 21.5 minutes into the first quarter, they scored their first goal through Robertson. The ball back in the centre. As the Aussie Tape scoreboard shows, Corio 3-4-22, Leigh Districts 1-1-7. Umpire Mutts up with the ball.
Just get the feeling, Barry, if Leigh District can kick another goal before quarter time, the game's back alive again after Corio have dominated the early part of the quarter.
Yes, it is a big hit out there by the big fella in Stewart, picked up here by Eves, kicked straight across the ground looking for Roworth. Oh, he dropped what he should have taken. Back onto the ball now, soccers it off the ground. Oh, throw out there, back to Roworth now. He steadies it, chips it across towards centre half forward, over the back of the pack to mark to Leigh, not paid, must have been off hands. He handballs down towards a pocket, going through strongly as McCone. A quick kick towards goal by Harvey. 1 point is the result.
As I said, Barry, it would have been a pretty handy one. Would have put him right back in the game, but unfortunately just the behind resulting. And McNamara coming out, going to go the short one to Frank Fopiani, who's been in everything so far, takes the mark, plays on immediately, and kicks around this side of the ground here where the mark taken by, here we've got to get this out, Semanovic. Plies it into the centre, and he finds the big fella in Stewart, and Stewart takes the mark. That's about his 7th for the quarter. Plays on, kicks them into attack. Up goes Jason Stewart, can't mark. Tapped the ground by the defence of Sotomarco. Comes out wide here to Hassett. Hassett gives it across.
2-2.
Up the ground. Straight to Stewart, takes the mark. He's got plenty of time. There's still no one near him. You reckon they'd man up by now. He kicks the ball long. Good attempt at a mark there by Cullen, who couldn't mark for Corio. Players bottle it in there, and we'll have a ball up.
Well, Stewart, they're just leaving him as a loose man. When the ball goes down Corio's forward line, there's a loose man back around between centre-half forward and the centre.
He's standing there in his own. He hasn't got an opponent within 30 metres of him at the moment.
Right, the bounce of the ball up they go. Oh, it's brought to ground here where we see it handballed backwards by Donaldson for Leigh District. Allows it to run onto the ball there, Sotomarco. He's kicked round towards centre wing, finds not Roworth this time, but the player's close to the boundary line. Over it goes, and we'll have a throw in.
Now he's still standing on his own, midway between centre wing and centre. Big fella Stewart. No one wants to go near him, Barry.
No, the boundary umpire brings the ball back into play. Tap forward here for Leigh Districts, allows Jolly to run onto it, but he's beaten for it by McDowell. McDowell kicks it back towards centre half forward. And running in here is Fapano, and Fapani takes a mark at roughly centre half forward. Looking for a lead from Boothroyd. There it is, a pass now, straight down, up they fly, over the head of Boothroyd. At the back of the pack we find that Burgess is there, very casual, picks the ball up, kicks out here towards Eves on the half-back flank. Eves grabs the ball now, blind turn, slips over, up he gets, kicks it down towards centre wing, and the mark's been taken by Dyer.
Here's the 200 game man, Dyer fires the hand pass across, put him under pressure in cases. He got out of the trouble though. Ball spills into the half forward line. Coming out of defence, chance here for Paul Mallia of Corio. Couldn't quite trap it. He's got back up support though, and they get out of a trouble towards Jason Stewart at half forward. Here's the chance, slipping and sliding there, the big fella in Boyle. Got the hand pass across to Frank Foppiani. He lines him up on the right foot. He's gone long. There's nobody home. Which way's it bounced? Straight through the hay to the little. Beautiful goal kicked by Frank Foppiani. He's been in everything in this first quarter. Good play by Boyle to tap that one out of the pack and give him the chance.
Yes, Boothroyd led. The goal square was open. Good vision there by Fapani. Kicked the ball long, and it bounced through for another goal to Corio at the 24-minute mark of the first quarter here this afternoon on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock.
On the Aussie tape scoreboard, 28 plays, 8, 20 points the difference. Ticking into time on the first quarter on the Aussie tape scoreboard.
Right now, waiting for the central umpire to put this ball to turf. Umpire Mutzard it is this time. Robertson against Stewart. That's a better bounce. Up they go. Stewart gets a tap down. Eves is first onto it though for Leigh Districts. A long handball out there looking for Roweth. He can't take advantage of it. Chipping in there is Brown for Corio. Kicks towards centre wing. Handball back here to Eves for Leigh Districts. Eves from centre wing now. Goes down to half forward flank over the head of his teammate down there in Jennings. Into close to the boundary line. A handball out by Corio to McNamara. He's under pressure. Good play, Leigh. They're keeping the pressure on down there. Good play for them by Hilda, but he can't control the ball. And the umpire's going to move in and ball it up.
Thought he could have got a free kick, David Hilda, being held without the footy, but the umpire let that one go. Good battle out there on centre wing between Frank Foppiani and his opponent. Sorry, between Mark Brown and his opponent in Darren Roweth.
The bounce of the ball on the far side of the ground. Stewart gets up, a big thump down towards centre half back. Coming in here, picking the ball up for Corio is Mallia. Kicks down towards centre wing. Brown and Roweth go for it. Brown in front, but the ball beats him across the line, and we'll have a throw in centre wing clubhouse side of the Shell Oval here this afternoon.
They're both pretty quick wingers, those two, aren't they? They're having a good duel out there in the centre wing. 26 minutes, 27 minutes gone, first quarter on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock as the boundary umpire is about to put this one back into play.
Leigh have made a change. They've put Truan across here onto James Stewart, and Burgess has gone across to the other half-back flank.
Well, that's good. They had to make a move there. Stewart was getting far too much latitude and playing well at half forward. Right. Boundary umpire's ready now. Robertson to do battle with Big Stewart, who's dominated so far. Robertson won that hit down. Comes back to Stewart though, did the roving. Fires out the hand pass. Hutchison. It's a good one to Hutchison. And he kicks on the right foot in the direction of Foppiani, but up over the top, knocking the ball away from him. Defender lines in the arms of Truan. Truan goes out wide to the run of Hassett. Hassett's close to the boundary line. Did he keep it in? Yes. He did so, and he's beautifully shepherded there. And Hassett comes across the goal, looking for Sotomarco, and he finds him. Sotomarco plays on immediately. The kick was meant for Eves. It wasn't a good one, and it lands with Mostert. He gives it across to his teammate in Mark McDowell. The number's ripped off, but he kicks it down to centre half forward. Up Boyle. In front, a beautiful mark by Boyle.
He's playing well at centre half forward. They've got two avenues of attack. They've got Boyle and they've got Boothroyd, and this fellow at centre half forward is really playing well.
Yeah, when they go wide, they've got Stewart and Foppiano to run onto the ball too, so there are plenty of options up forward. And we saw Boyle in an earlier game this year. He's a beautiful kick, no doubt about the distance here. Just a matter of accuracy for Philip Boyle, very close to quarter time.
27 minutes into the first quarter as he comes in with the drop punt close to the man on the mark, and I think he's put another one through for the Corio side. Yes, he has, off the boot of Philip Boyle.
It's his first goal for the day. They've had 5 individual goal kickers, and that's a good sign. They're not relying on Boothroyd to kick all their goals. He's been leading well, grabbed a couple of marks, and also they've been able to have players ducking in behind him. So 5 individual goal kickers. I think the coach would be happy with that.
Right now, waiting for the ball to come back to the centre.
Mark Brown on screen there. He's having a good duel with Darren Roweth out on that centre wing. Aussie tape scoreboard 34 plays 8. Corio lead almost quarter time.
Yes, Leigh District's falling down across their half-forward line. They can get the ball up there, but the half-back line and back line, and especially Stewart, dropping back across that half-back line are making it very hard for the Leigh District's forwards.
Been a change here. We see Steve Donaldson's come across to play now on the pacey wingman Mark Brown.
Bounce of the ball in the centre. Up they go. Favours Robinson. Up he goes. Oh, Stewart ran straight at him. The ball comes to the turf where it's tapped over there by Cations. Kicked out here towards half forward, but here we go again from centre half back as Zem Javi kicks the ball down. It's tapped down here. Handball out by Jennings for Leigh Districts. Cations kicks the ball off the ground, but the half back flanker over there. Oh, good play, Corio. Get out of trouble. Thompson it was. Kicks down towards Boyle. Brought the turf down there. Oh, Sotomayor being held without the ball, and he'll take the free kick at centre half back.
Gee, a bit slow with the whistle there. I thought he was going to let that one go. That was pretty blatant as Sotomayor receives the free kick from half back. Kicks towards the centre wing. The target is Eves, and a good mark taken by Eves. Plays on immediately the handball. Put him under the pressure, but Donaldson's got the pace, and he breaks away and drives it deep into the forward zone. He's got a player going back and taking the mark.
Totten.
The little rover Totten, is it?
Yeah, it'll be his first kick for the day.
Certainly is. That's why I had just a bit of time to call him there, Barry. That's the first time we've sighted him. And he needs to kick this one. They've just kicked the one goal. It's almost quarter time. He's gone the short pass across the ground.
Oh,
good play.
50. Oh, close to
play
50.
by Totten. The lead was on there by the big fella in Ray Robertson, their previous goal kicker. And he's going to have the shot. The angle's much narrower. And, of course, Totten, the little fella, mightn't quite have made the distance, but that one. But Robertson certainly will.
Yes, he copped one behind the ear roll too after he'd taken the mark. I thought it might have been 50, but no. The umpire said no as Robertson now, kicking from about 15 metres out on the slight angle.
There's about 7 blokes on the mark here, Barry. I wonder which one's supposed to be there. Robertson kicks. They drift across. The goal umpire wait on him. He's missed it. Oh, bad miss by Ray Robertson. Should have kicked the goal there. Although I'd like to know the ruling on the number of people allowed on the mark.
As long as they're behind the player on the mark, I think you can have as many as you like.
Right.
Any rate now, from full back, waiting for Corio to bring this ball back into play. Taking plenty of time. A good kick out over the 50-metre line looking for Stewart. Up he goes. Oh, he's cut off there by his own teammate. Coming through solidly there is Motsert, but the umpire's picked out a free kick, and it's going to Corio and Big Stewart.
Robertson having a bit of a tete-a-tete here with Paul Malio as the play goes on, and the mark's taken out here by Mark Brown. Plays on immediately, goes across the ground. Oh, dragged down, or did he fall over? Play on the call now as the hand pass comes out. Player in there battling very hard as Donaldson for Leigh Districts against overwhelming odds. He's not going to win out on this occasion as Brown picks it up, fires a hand pass towards Frank Papiani. He's in trouble but eludes all players, gets onto the left foot, kicks across the ground to the lead, and a beautiful lead taken, O'Toole, a beautiful lead and a beautiful mark taken by O'Toole out in front of his opponent, just inside 50, puts it on the left foot. He thinks he can make the distance. He's kicked right to the teeth of goal. Players go up and spoil. It comes down to the ground, and away comes Jolly. And Jolly on the left foot kicks out towards half-back, and Ogle takes the mark.
Right, Ogle now from centre half-back comes out here towards centre wing. Using his body there was Totten. Over the back of the pack it goes. Totten's got it now. Handballs off. Puts his teammate Donaldson under pressure. Comes back where Totten flips it over his head. Comes back to him now through handball from a teammate. He gives it across to Hilda. Hilda running into an open goal. Goes bang. Oh, it's just touched.
Oh, great effort there getting back. Peter McGillah got back to touch that one right on the line. I was just about to call that a goal, Barry. Did a good effort, didn't he, to get back and get that?
Yes, he did. 1 point on the board to Leigh Districts as we're waiting for McNamara to bring the ball back in. Out he goes, and he's found his teammate over there in Sem Javiv. There's a siren to end the first quarter at the Shell Oval this afternoon, a 31.5-minute first quarter, and Corio had probably 75 to 80% of the play in that first quarter. They've kicked 5 goals, or 6 goals, 5 goals, is it? 2, 4, 5 goals, yes. Maybe they should have kicked a couple more, I don't know. With the amount of play they've had.
I think they should have kicked about 8. They had that much of the football.
Yes, they did.
Just didn't quite find the big sticks for a few easy shots there. But that might help Leigh Districts get back into the game, perhaps.
Yes, it might. But as I said, halfway through that first quarter, Leigh Districts are falling down across their half-forward line. All right, they've got the big fellow at centre half-forward, Robertson. He's taken a couple of marks, but he's also had to go on the ball. Their disposal, Leigh Districts, is not as good as what we've seen a couple of weeks ago. Maybe it'll pick up as the game goes on. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll take a short break now from the Shell Oval and be back for the second quarter here very shortly.
34 plays, 9 on the Aussie Tape scoreboard.